welcome to the Smitty hole. That felt awkward. Reading the intro, I thought about doing that. I've been fucking around with the intro and different ways to do it, and I didn't like that. Oh, the siren's going off. Showtime. In the Smitty hole. But yes, welcome to the What the Hell Everything podcast. My name is Smitty. And recording date and time, May 17th, 2024. If you're on the live stream, bless your fucking heart. A couple people on the live stream currently. Thank you for joining me. If you're listening to this podcast, watching this podcast, and not a patron, only $3 a month for basic support, plus you get the live streams and the other things. And that's going to actually expand soon with the new Something in Your Mouth video series that I will give details and the fucking trailer for that I could not be more fucking stoked about. 100%. So, you guys, let's get this podcast going. A lot of fun things. It's a rad fucking day. The sun is shining, and let's learn something. The word of the day from dictionary.com. Ooh, do I know this word? Let me switch this input over so we can hear things and see things together. Jamming in excess today. One of the more underrated bands, NXS. Big fucking fan. Anyway, the word of the day. I don't know if I know this. You know the word inimitable? I think I know that word. And I think it means something along the lines of superior or something like that. Inimitable, like formidable, something along those lines. This word looks like illimitable. So it might be the opposite of that. I don't know. I think it's illimitable. I think it's illimitable. Illimitable. Aha! I see the limit fucking root word in there now. Well, what the hell does this word mean? Incapable of being limited, limitless, boundless. All right. All right. I like that word. Incapable of being limited. You can't fucking hold me down. No, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm illimitable. I fucking said it wrong. What is the word again?
Illimitable.
I am illimitable. I said it wrong. Words are usually my strong suit. Believe it or not, let's see. The amount of that you say is not necessarily proof of that fact, but hey. First recorded in 1590 to 1600, comes from the adjective limitable, which comes from limit. I did notice that root word, nailed it. Limit comes from the Latin stem of limes, which means boundary, path, or between fields. The ocean stretched out before us, its illimitable waves crashing against the shore. Bam. Nailed it. That's the word of the day.
Illimitable.
Illimitable. That's the fucking episode title, too. You knew that, though. Let's see. What's up on the show? I got a lot of stuff I want to fucking yap about. If I wouldn't have closed that out, I'd be able to tell you. The Dublin Portal was what I don't even think it existed for like a week. I saw that it was a thing. And I'm like, that's kind of rad. But I think in the same breath, in the same story, I saw about the Dublin Portal that was, a fucking live stream between New York City and Dublin, Ireland. And as a fan of Ireland, I was like, that's fucking rad. But in the same story, I think it was that they had shut it down temporarily so they could figure out how to navigate people showing their tits or their dicks or whatever inappropriate things were happening. And when I saw that, I'm just like, well, fucking, of course, that's going to happen. I didn't know if it was Irish people showing their tits or dicks or whatever, or if it was Americans or whomever it was in New York City. But I'm like, well, of course that's going to happen. I heard some kind of appropriateness, and I was thinking like middle fingers or gestures, but of course I'm pretty sure they were tits. At least tits. And I'm like, either way, that's fucking rad. But I think they took it down. I think the span of the portal lasted about a week. I love that idea. Clearly, you can't walk through it like a portal, but it looked like you might be able to. You know, somebody's going to want to try and touch it just to see, you know? But I was like, that's fucking rad. But I think they took it down. I don't know if they tried it again and then took it down or just decided, you know what? And there was a fun Reddit post that I, from a subreddit that I follow. It's Ireland subreddit. And I thought this was interesting. He said, maybe I'm the only one. This is the headline. Maybe I'm the only one, but I think the reaction to the portal's antics have been a national and international embarrassment. Now, as somebody who is going to go to Ireland, I'm not going to take sides one way or the other. I'm just reading about it. I don't want to get involved in any inter-Irish relations here. Absolute whinge post here. I don't know what whinge is. There's some Irish slang that I didn't know yet. I wouldn't normally be bothered about the portal. Probably not my thing. But the reaction to this whole thing is everything that winds me up about the wall about Ireland. I tend to always defend Ireland and look on the brighter side of what others find miserable, but I really hate the attitude that expects we can't have nice things. It's kind of funny. Before it even started, the fact that it was on Talbot Street had the nation salivating, waiting for the moment it would all go wrong. Even though no matter where it would be, it would have attracted mad lads desperate for attention. Is that the Irish version of like bros? Mad lads? Dublin's not that big. The mad lads get everywhere. Then as soon as the first idiot, which by the fucking way, is probably the greatest fucking word that I'm pretty sure is Irish from all time. I've heard that. That's been one of my favorite words. Idiot. And clearly stemming from how many times Bug Bunny used that fucking word. I'm like, that's a great word, but I don't hear anybody use it. But all the Irish content I check out, they use that word quite a bit, and I fucking adore it. Then as soon as the first idiot put up a phone, it exploded on social media, worse, and whoever did it must have been amazed at all the attention he was getting. So it was only logical that more gobshites who also want to get the attention would come down and get up to silly stuff. The whole country, rather than ignoring it and letting them get bored and move on, instead gave them all the oxygen they could have never expected or could have ever expected, constant news coverage and all over social media. That's totally fucking true. Like I said, you know that's going to happen. How did two major cities in the world come up with this fucking idea of a portal and not think that there was going to be some sort of inappropriate behavior? You know? Somebody's going to want to fuck in front of that portal just to say that they did. You know what I mean? It's inevitable at some point. So you had to put that up knowing that was going to happen, right? But the truth was, no one in New York City gave a shit. They're a massive city where crazy stuff happens and you just move on. But now, after faux worrying about what New York would think of us over an imagined scandal that never existed in the first place, we've become an international laughingstock in a case of pure Streisand effect. What the fuck is Streisand effect? I need to look that term up. I really wish we could just learn to ignore these idiots when they should be ignored. The portal was a great success, and 99.9999% of people who interacted with it had a positive experience. If there isn't a technological solution, I'm sure it will go down in lore as I told you so, but the I told you so people are the people I'd blame for getting it shut down. I thought that was fucking interesting. What a great fucking idea. You know? Look, somebody in Dublin, if you're watching this, or listening to this podcast, let's create a fucking portal from the Smith hole to somewhere in Dublin. I swear nothing inappropriate will happen. It will be this studio, and it'll be boring most of the time unless I'm sitting in here working. You know what? I don't want to be on camera all the time. I changed my mind. It might seem like it, you know, it might seem like it to me, but I don't want to be up on camera all the time. But honestly, let's set up a portal in Mansalona, Michigan, right outside the Smith hole, you know, looking at like the candy store Indulge that's right across the street, you know. There's a new bar, I think, going in right next to it. There's no bar in Mansalona right now. They shut down and burned down. And it's been forever. I think they're redoing a bar. So we can maybe point it at the bar, you know. Look, somebody in Dublin, we can make this fucking happen. And we have to know things are going to happen. Just let it go. You know, it's not an outrage. Anyway. The portal was the coolest fucking thing that I've seen that only existed for like a week. That plus the monoliths from a few years ago. I thought they were real, man. I didn't think they were real. I hoped they were real. I wanted them to be real. And I was like, I'm pretty sure that's not real. But when I found out they weren't, I'm like, lame. Hey, speaking of fucking portals and monoliths, let's go to fucking space. Back to Earth. Back to life. Back to reality. This was fucking hilarious. And I would love to ask you your opinion on this because it seems weird. So if you want to answer this question, I don't know, put it in the comment section. Send me a message somewhere. There's all kinds of social media links, you know? I was at Mother's Day brunch this past Mother's Day. I went to my brother's and his wife's. And I got to hang out with all the kids and really hang out with the niece and nephews. And I haven't been able to do that in a minute, so that was fun. It was great to see them. My mom was there, my dad was there, and my sister-in-law's parents were there. And I think it was my sister-in-law's mom. Her name is Joyce, and she brought up the weirdest fucking thing I'd ever heard in my life. I don't know how the fuck. Oh, wait, now I know how I thought of this. My brother and sister-in-law have a calendar in their house, and it's literally dogs pooping in scenic areas. So you go to, like, you know, the Grand Canyon, and there's a dog taking a shit, and people just take a snapshot, and that's the fucking calendar, is dogs pooping. And I brought up that calendar. I'm like, that's fucking hilarious. And then it got turned into, like, talking about the whole squatting thing. And then my sister-in-law's mom said the following, something along the lines of, I know a person somewhere, somehow, that stands on the toilet seat and squats. Oh, I got to backtrack and say that my brother and sister-in-law have a squatty potty, and we were talking about effective pooping. It was like, man, I have the bidet. All I need is a squatty potty. I'm already on Metamucil, and if I can get those three, I will have the pooping trifecta where it just falls out of you, you know? And the conversation then got turned to fucking dude, I think, that stands on the toilet seat and squats and poops. And they're justifying it. They were speaking of this activity as it was okay. No. I let a lot of things go. But that was just so fucking weird to me. Like, I know there's people that will squat and hover above the toilet seat because they don't want to touch the toilet seat. And while I think that's sort of weird, it's a little more acceptable. You know? If they got paper, you can put it on the toilet. You can put toilet paper on it or what the fuck ever. But standing on the toilet seat and squatting, and it got turned into this whole conversation. Well, women have been doing it for years to give birth. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the activity of standing on the toilet seat and squatting like you're a fucking animal. I mean, we're all animals. We're glorified chimps. But this is different. Okay? There should be something like, first of all, I know you're basically putting most of your weight on the toilet when you're fucking sitting down on it anyway, but not all of your weight. It's not great for, like, the toilet, I'm sure, to put fucking however many 100 pounds are on that goddamn thing and stand on it. Plus, what if you got, like, you probably won't do it if you know you have diarrhea, but what if you think it's going to be a solid and it comes out a not solid? You know? You're really, really probably responsible for that bathroom getting blown up. Like, you're probably the person that goes into a fucking public bathroom and just blows it up with evidence all over the place and just walk out. You're probably that same fucking person. It's the weirdest shit in the world. Is that normal? Is that normal? Because I don't think it is. I think it is a definite fucking personality quirk. It's a real negative personality trait. And I know what I'm talking about because I got a bunch, you know? And I can recognize other shit. Sorry, I can't help myself. Let's do some headline scrolls, which is just scrolling headlines. I do have some I've saved, so we're just going to take a look take a looky-see. Why do we got to say it like that? This was local, kind of. Midland, 2 hours-ish south of me. Can you imagine, like, the necessity, first of all, like, what kind of life things you must be going through and have had happen that you have to live inside of the fucking Family Fare grocery store sign. Family Fare is a regional grocery store chain. That's the one I go to. It's a big sign, apparently. I saw she was living in it, and I hadn't read the story yet, and I just pre-read it just before the podcast. And I thought she was just, had like a sleeping bag or something, maybe stayed there for a couple nights. No, she was fucking living there. It was like that movie. What's that movie with Natalie Portman and Ashley Judd, where Natalie Portman is living in a fucking Walmart? I can't remember that, but it was like that. When contractors were working at the Family Fare grocery store in Midland, they unexpectedly found a 34-year-old woman living inside the rooftop sign. Contractors discovered an extension cord on the roof and traced it to the dwelling inside the sign. Midland Police Department was called to investigate. They were like, OMG, someone is living in that sign. I've never seen anything like this before in my career. The woman, whom police have nicknamed the Rooftop Ninja, lived inside the store sign for about a year. Inside, she had a mini desk, flooring, a pantry of food, and even a houseplant. I mean, she made it fucking homey, and you want to talk about making a lemonade out of lemons. Officers told the woman she needed to vacate, find somewhere else to live. She was trespassing. I don't know what they're supposed to do in that situation. Like, obviously, I have empathy, and the business is not going down. You could probably be like what happened in that Natalie Portman Walmart movie is that Walmart just hired her. Which, hey, we know you're homeless, and so you can take this shitty paycheck as a reward. Anyway, that's not the nice way to look at it. Officers told the woman she needed to find somewhere else to live, blah, 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 blah. She has a job, even though she is not a Family Fare employee, and she told him, I don't need your help. It's kind of fucking badass, Like, you can't even, get mad at somebody for that. If she didn't fuck it up, especially. And then I saw this Reddit thread, corresponding thread. I thought it was a corresponding thread. Maybe not. They must have deleted that post. I take that back. And this one. I wanted to get the exact gist. Started to read it, and it was sort of confusing. But there is an accompanying selfie video blog post. It's about homeschooling. And homeschooling, you're free to fucking teach your kids whatever you want. It says when anybody pulls one of their kids out to homeschool, could be various reasons. But I always wonder what that reason is and what they're actually teaching their fucking kids. Sometimes I wonder what public schools are teaching their fucking kids, too, because that doesn't seem to be working either. So, lesser of two, I suppose. But this one mom decided to unschool her child after not signing her son's homework paper, which resulted in him not receiving a reward. A mom is angry at the public school system because her son was not rewarded after she refused to sign his homework paper. And then I'm just like, well, that's fucking confusing. So I got to listen to the fucking selfie video. The TikTok video, which I am on TikTok now, and I don't know how much I like it. But
if you have a child in public school, I would like to know what your opinion is on this, because I don't think that I'm in the wrong here. A lot of you guys, if you've been watching my past videos, you already know that I'm pulling my first grader out of school. I'm going to let him finish out the school year, and then we're going to be doing unschool. If you want to watch more about what that is, there's a video on my profile. Now listen, there's two things that I'm not. I am not a homework mom. I'm not doing that shit. He's with you for 7 to 8 hours a day. Get that shit done in school. The time that he comes home, that's the time that we're spending together, not doing homework, okay? So I'm not
so on the fence about that. I grew up doing homework. There's something to that, though. You fucking are at school for 8 hours. Why do you need to bring a shit ton? You don't do that shit at work. Most places that you work for, most people that have jobs don't have to bring their work home with them. Or they fucking shouldn't. Even salaried employees shouldn't have to fucking bring a shit ton of work. Even emailing after hours is fucking stupid. So I'm on the fence of that. But I grew up fucking doing homework. You know, there probably is something to the value of learning how to do stuff at home. I don't know the answer.
So I'm not doing homework. Also, I'm pretty hard to get a hold of, and I don't think she likes that. But it's like really hard to get a hold of me. So if you need me, call me. I'll answer the phone. Don't be texting me over some app. That's just not my thing, okay? And so that's two things about me as a parent of a child who is currently in public school. Now, the other day, or a couple weeks ago, she sent home in his folder a piece of paper that had a signature side and a date side. And she told him, didn't say nothing to me, told him to tell me I needed to take his homework out of his folder every single night, sign and date this piece of paper, and send it back to her every single day. Now, listen, I took that piece of paper out and I said, I'm not doing that, baby. That has no benefit to you at all. I have 4 kids, and I run a massive business through social media. I don't have time, literally. I put it on the counter and have it signed it. He said, no, mommy, I'm not going to get fuzzies if you don't sign it. I said, first of all, that's not going to happen. You're not going to get punished for something that I'm not doing.
What the fuck are fuzzies? I mean, that's...
Okay. And so I just like kind of shrugged it off, and I was going to end up messaging her about it, but I never did, because I honestly didn't think that was true. I was like, there's no way that she...
If you don't have time, how the fuck did you pull your kids out to homeschool? You know what I mean? If you don't have time to check it, like that's, I don't know, maybe they shouldn't have homework, but they do. What fucking, it doesn't take long to check your kids' homework. You know what I mean? Anyway.
She's gonna like punish him for something that I'm not doing, right? There's just no way. That's just not, that's not logical to me. Why would you do that? And so anyways, this morning he said, Mommy, I only have 1 fuzzy, and everybody else has 5 fuzzies who haven't signed my paper for my homework. I said, oh, really? Now, we've already had some other issues going on with my son, you know, of things that he's done, being disruptive. We've met before. I've, you know, come to the conclusion that I know my son's not perfect, okay? He is probably the troublemaker. He's the class clown. I get it. But now it's like he's being targeted, and I don't like that. And so he isn't getting fuzzies, and so I've already called the principal, and I was like, I want him moved the rest of the year. If you don't move him to another class to finish out the rest of the year, I'm just going to pull him now, and he's not coming back next year. So I'd like to know your opinions, not even really your opinions, but have you experienced having to do something like this, and fucking why? Why do we need to sign that they're completing this homework and keeping the homework home? We're not even sending it back to be graded. It's just a way for you, like, no. Fuck no. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this, please.
I mean, teaching your kid fucking accountability? I'm not a parent. But that's what it seems like. It seems like it's teaching your kid accountability and to show them how to fucking finish it. Okay, well, you finished it. That's all you got to check, right? That they finished it? Is that all you got to do? I don't understand why that's so hard. People just don't want to do shit they don't want to do. You know? That they even vastly or even just a little bit disagree with. I ain't fucking doing that. But then again, maybe kids don't need fucking homework. I don't know. I don't know. Alrighty then. I was going to talk a lot about AI. It was this fucking post from NASCAR Steve, and I might actually put it off until the next podcast because I might go in depth on it and what I want to do. I don't know how much time I have left in today. I know how much time I have, but I have a lot of stuff, and there's no way I'm going to get to it. This might be the last thing. The fucking trailer and details, release date, the whole shebango, for the Something in Your Mouth video series that I can't even really start to tell you just how happy and re-motivated and re-energized, you know, when I got this new Smith hole in Mansalona and just kind of kicked me in the ass, you know, and said, all right, you got a fucking spot. You can finally do the content you've been wanting to do rather than just being a vagrant. That's what it felt like, you know. But fuck, you do it. Do it. Do the content you've been wanting to do. And one of the things I've been wanting to do, and I will 100% say I stole this fucking idea, kind of. It was originally a bit I did on the radio with Brother Josh. Came in, fucking blindfolded himself, and we fed him sardines and head cheese and all sorts of terrible shit. Called Something in Your Mouth. It had the Something in Your Mouth from Nickelback drop, which is the only fucking time ever that I'm going to enjoy Nickelback is in this fucking video series because every time it makes me laugh. So I combined that with I totally ripped off the Try channel, which is Irish people trying things. And if you've never watched that channel, I just fell in love with it. And I'm like, this is such brilliant fucking content. I'm like, I've wanted to bring back that blindfolded taste test thing that I did on the radio back. I was thinking about how to do that, and then I saw this fucking video series. Just a gigantic cast of characters, of friends and people that know each other in Ireland. And I'm like, man, I know so many fucking funny people. I know so many cool people that are fun to bullshit with. And how fucking awesome to finally utilize this space and do what I wanted to do all along. When I started doing the podcast before, I was trying to bring all sorts of guests and things in. Then life happened, and I couldn't do that anymore. And now I can. Finally doing, again, this fucking taste test series with so many cool fucking people. And I think we've done how many videos? I have 3 almost produced, 2 produced, 3 almost produced, another tasting scheduled soon. And I was able to create a pretty fucking rad trailer for it. So I'm going to play that right now, and you get an idea of what you can expect from the Something in Your Mouth video series. Release date details, the new channel details coming up after the trailer. But you guys, it is fucking here. Something in your mouth.
All right, we're doing like fate record action. Right. And I was like, don't be feeding me bad shit. He goes, oh, that's gonna be fine. I'm like,
It is.
fine.
I'm a little nervous.
I don't get nervous.
Mask up, right? Oh god. Now it's real. Oh my god.
If you need to reach out and hold my hand for support.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just for
Better me not being no goddamn spider.
feels soft and gummy and like I don't want to eat it.
Something touched me. What? What is in the glass?
Wow, something touched my lips.
The texture is unsettling.
Oh, it's a tongue. Oh, it's very tough. We have to swallow it?
It smells like ass.
It feels like a pool noodle.
I've got a tiny little
What the?
thing here.
Okay, this is some kind of worm.
Oh, Christ.
Nope.
Nate?
Doesn't the stuff make you shit?
What the fuck is that?
The fuck?
I like the texture. It's chewy on the outside and crispy on the middle.
It's like a pretzel, but I think it was alive before.
What the hell?
What the hell?
I don't like doing this. Like, I can't just bite it, I have to lick it, so I'm gonna look like a fucking asshole.
Got a chunk.
Happy birthday.
Oh, there's your likeness.
Trying to get
That's a fucked up jalapeno. It's spicy. I'm gonna be crying in the rest of the video.
We're just so happy to be here right now.
So happy to support you. Oh no, I felt like ridges. I swear to God, are we eating maggots?
Or mealworms or something.
We're eating mealworms.
Fuck my life. God damn it. Back of my throat is on fire.
Is it a dick? Is it a fucking dick? You're a fucking dickhead, man. Nate, if I have a dick in my mouth, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. I swear to God.
I think that's a poop shoot. Well, I think I'm all done eating these things.
What the hell? Everything!
Bam! Man, I can't even really begin to tell you how excited I am. 100%. I mean this so sincerely. This is easily some of my favorite things I've ever created on the fucking radio I've ever done. We're only basically 3 episodes deep. So, May 31st, Fridays at noon, and that's when they're going to be released weekly. I have so many great people that I fucking absolutely adore, every single one of them, that are taking the time to help me create something fucking cool, help me create something fun and just different from anything I've done before, and something I've wanted to do for a long time. So everybody that is helping me, coming to the Smith hole and letting me put something in their mouths, are my goddamn heroes. I mean that from the bottom of my fucking heart. It probably will make me cry someday. But today is not that day. Today is just about fucking letting you know that that is happening. That brand new channel. Look for the link, please. Now, here's the thing, because I'm creating a different YouTube channel. I didn't want to initially. I initially was going to put it on the What the Hell Everything page. And then I just kind of said, you know what? I already know there's so much stuff flooding my algorithm on that YouTube channel with all of the music reactions that I do. Some people don't care about a podcast. Some people don't care about reactions. If people signed up for something in your mouth and then just decided, you know what, fucking I don't give a shit about these podcasts, they unfollow or they unsubscribe or they mute or something like that. So I'm creating a brand new channel, and it would really benefit from a good local push as well. From all of my fucking friends and family and anybody that ever followed me on the radio and wants to see cool, fun things and wants to see me succeed with the Ireland trip, please subscribe. Please hit the notification bell. Like it. Share it. I am so proud of this content. I can't even begin to tell you. So, also, I'll shout out fucking businesses, at least in regionally northern Michigan, and anybody else who wants to send anything. I will have details, and there is details on the new page description of where you can send things if you want to contribute to something in your mouth. Up to, it has to be 6 items, enough for 6 people to try. No alcohol. You can't send alcohol. And there's all sorts of other rules, like no bodily fluids. Brother Josh was like, we should do bull semen. No, I promise there will be no semen on this video series whatsoever. Pretty sure. You know, there's going to be times, because I have great friends and family. Brothers Josh and Levi in December are really kind of helping me put this thing together, and I just can't even tell you enough about those people, that they're the time that they're giving and all of those things. So they're working on ways to get me as well. They're like, okay, we know what fucking Smitty doesn't like, so they're going to blindfold his ass. It's going to be so much fucking fun. I think we can do so many cool, fun things with this channel. Doesn't even have to be food. It can be going like, you know, you see these videos of motherfuckers trying period pain simulators and shit, things like that. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'll do anything for views. So the things that we can do on this channel are just going to be, the sky is the fucking limit, man. So look for that link. Look for that brand new YouTube channel. Give it a subscribe. It is so fucking important. Again, I can't even begin to tell you. So, you guys, that is it for me today. I'm running low on time, and I need to get the flock out of here and get ready for my other full-time job. So, remember that. Friday, May 31st, noon, weekly releases. Every Friday at noon. And, fucking, my mood is at level 11 in a good way. That's it. I'm fucking out of here. How do I get out of here? How do I get out of here? Oh my God. Just like this. Peace out.
So long, sucker.
Good night, everybody!
I'm so sorry for everything that has happened.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, alright, I'll see you guys there. Bought a bar and get your face, huh? Get me paid, bitch. Sit, boo-boo, sit. Good dog. I love y'all very much. Peace out. Good night, ladies. Good night, sir. What the hell? Everything!